Oh my gosh. That was pretty good.
Hey, welcome to Flight Test. I'm Josh, and this is Josh.
Hi.
And you know, way back at the beginning of the computer age,
What was that, like the 80s?
late
90s?
80s, there was screensavers, and there was one really popular screensaver, and it was a flying toaster. So naturally here at Flight Test, if something flies in the imaginary world,
We want to put it to the test,
make
literally.
it fly in the real world.
Yes, and this is actually Chad Capper's brainchild. We haven't done a really great challenge in a while. I think the last one was we had the cinder block, the turkey plane, the baby blender.
We blended in the air.
We really have
made
a fast issue with food, don't we?
Yeah.
So Chad brought this to our table, says, guys, I want a flying toaster.
And so that's what we're doing. So David, why don't you bring that in?
Yes,
Try to
easy
not
with
be-
it now.
There you go. Good job. Lay it down.
Very good. Wasn't awkward at all. Very smooth.
No, huh?
Yeah.
Well, good.
It's like we practiced.
And this
So,
is giant.
Here it is. The flying toaster.
Now I saw a video of you trying to get this to fly.
This is a great thing, is we are blessed with an amazing gentleman from Sweden that has a funny accent that is a master of electronics. That's this guy right here. And we divided and conquered, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Normally, a toaster works on 110 volts here in
Yes.
the States, and we can't really do 110 volts on the plane.
We can, but the extension cords, we only had like, what, 200 feet of extension?
Yeah, it
and
would be
it gets
awkward.
heavy after 200 feet. We couldn't do that.
So what I did was, I took the heating elements and I cut it into 4 parts. So I hooked that to a 6-cell LiPo.
That's a lot of cells, and we don't really have that many 6 cells that are
Yeah, so
sizable.
we used 2 3-cell 2200s in series.
Yes.
And I built a little switch for it out of a servo and some
What do you
brass
call it?
tubing.
Electromechanical switch?
Yes.
Because it's a servo that has like these brass fittings and it comes down and
Because it draws 30 amps, so that's roughly 700 watts of toasting
you can't have a
power.
solid state switch do that easily.
Yeah, you can, but it was just we didn't have any, and I needed to get it done.
Yeah.
So we actually had to test this out before because we don't know how much the airflow was gonna affect the toasting ability of the toaster.
Yes, and that was one of the things. If you're gonna have a flying toaster, it better work.
So what we did was, I put a polycarbonate little window on the top so it traps the heat, and then we jumped in your car.
Yes.
And we drove down the.
I think people thought we were driving with a bomb because they're literally hanging out the window and they're holding, you're holding the toaster out the window, and there's this lady. And she looks and then doesn't look away, and she's like, no, I gotta ask. And she rolls down her window. She's like,
Just testing some stuff, you know.
a little science experiment.
Science stuff.
Yeah.
Toaster with a camera on it.
Luckily,
Not suspicious at all.
luckily, the light changed at that point, and we were able to get away before she called the cops. So we make our way down the road up to 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, and it worked.
Yeah.
It toasted like crazy. 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, and it toasted actually a little burn.
A little burn, but boy, it still tasted good.
It did.
It really
So
good.
we knew it worked. Then we had to work on the airframe, and that's
Yes.
your department.
I love things that fly, and I'm not really wise beyond that. So when he's like, oh, this flying toaster, I'm like, what? So he showed me a picture of it, and I saw that it had these flapping wings. And it's like, we couldn't just reuse the Kraken again. I mean, the Kraken would lift us no problem. Actually, the proof of concept was to see if a plane this size, we just literally duct taped it to the old Kraken and flew it no problem. But I wanted something that looked like flapping wings, and there's a lot of people out there wanting something like a Corsair wing. So I thought this is a great opportunity to try to get some crazy angles and do something unique.
The first test we went out, we didn't have a tail or anything on it. It was-
Yeah, I wanted to keep it as pure as possible. So I was hoping not to need a tail or any vertical stabilization. I was hoping that the dihedral would do it.
but it didn't.
It didn't. It was.
work so well.
It
pretty
went
bad.
straight into the ground really, really awkwardly fast.
Yes, yeah, and that was epically bad. But luckily there wasn't any damage. It just hurt the motor mount, and that was fine. We put it back up in the air. This time with just some scrap foam on the back, and we flew it. But the ailerons.
It was only due to the differential thrust.
Yes.
That was it. It didn't control the ailerons, didn't do what it was supposed to do. So what did you do then?
Well, after we realized that the ailerons had no effect whatsoever, we went ahead and did the rear tracking stabilization, but we went ahead and put a rudder control on it. We took it back up in the air. We still didn't cancel out the ailerons on it, But the ailerons actually cancel out the elevator, but we got enough effect to realize that we had something going. So then we went back, we changed this to purely elevator function, did the V control to purely aileron function.
And it was
It
beautiful.
was a whole different animal.
You can fly as a 3-channel. You don't need the differential thrust
Nothing.
or anything. It just
Nothing.
flew.
So how come it didn't work with the Elefons?
Well, the air, what was it called, adverse yaw,
Yes.
was really bad. When this dropped down, it created so much drag on the one side. The aileron that was trying to dip and kick back was met with equal amount of drag. So it's completely ineffective. We actually pinned the elevator both
Didn't do
directions.
anything. It was just-
It was just like that.
That's
Just,
bad.
it was barely noticeable. Only thing that saved it was the differential thrust. But that made us realize that the rudder is the way to go.
It flew beautiful. Like a 3-channel trainer almost. It's
Yeah.
super stable.
Yeah, and the dihedral on it, even though this kicks up here, you'd think it would be unstable. Not at all. It was really, really nice.
And it did actually fly with the toaster. We put a toaster on it.
Yes.
We put all the weight. We put three 2200 3 cells in the slot just to weigh it down.
This actually is heavier than the whole entire airplane.
Yeah.
It's
things
crazy.
we put on. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
But it does fly. But we
Yeah.
had to put a brace on the bottom because the shock load when you landed it
Yes.
was kind of bad. So we put a glass fiber rod to keep it from flexing. So the idea is to have Josh Scott control the FPV toaster because it has FPV transmitter and everything.
Which has to be the first time ever in the history of the
I
world.
think
you're
this is
FPV
the first
toaster.
FPV.
You're the first guy to do a fruit smoothie in the air. Might as well be the first guy to make toast in the air too.
That's
do it.
pretty cool, yeah.
So after we got it flying stable, we went ahead and weighted it down and got the proof of concept, but we were yet to actually test this full boat, ready to go.
Yeah, we haven't tried this because we finished it this morning.
Yeah,
We know that it flies.
And we know
that
it
the toaster
toasts,
works. So
but
let's
not
see,
together.
Exactly. So the mystery is, will it fly? Will we be able to make toast? And will we look like fools at the end of this?
Will we survive? That is the question. Let's go fly.
Let's find out.
It's got really heavy.
I'll grab the transmitter. I'm blocked. I can't get out.
Okay, I'm blocked. Okay.
How do we get out?
I can't.
All right, somebody go.
Okay, here. This is good.
Okay, yeah, good. Okay.
So we don't cut. This is just one take on everything.
We got it.
Like, almost.
Thank you.
There's plenty of space in here. So I thought we could go over the layout here real quick. So we have the 2 batteries running the toaster. Those are connected in series to that switch.
6 cells total.
So there's the little switch. And there's a 4-cell battery driving the props, the motors itself. So that's actually less power than these 2.
Yes.
And here's the FPV hookup. So we have a little battery for that too. So we can
Josh is going to be doing this autonomously.
Yes, he's gonna toast autonomously, FPV view. So that's really it. And the Elevons, that's so irresponsible in my opinion, but
What are you talking about? This is a good way to stress test
Nine-
Laser Toys 9 gram
grams.
servos.
it works. But I mean, it's a, is it 3 kilo airframe?
A little bit over 3
So
kilos.
what's
now.
irresponsible about it?
It's a tiny one. And look at that surface.
Well,
it's like
what I think is
2
more
square
irresponsible is the fact that I
miles.
cut this out, so now the stress crack will most likely form right here.
Well, and the little piece of duct tape.
Well, no, that's
holding
to
it.
keep it from moving.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll
that's
be
just-
fine.
So Chad's here to hold the bread. Can I get the bread?
There you go.
Thank you.
And
Chad-
I have the goggles too.
Thank you for your vision, Chad, because
you.
without this, we wouldn't be
put it
making
down?
toast fly.
Well, and here's the really cool thing. We have another camera here with my really cool ND filter. We won't look at that.
I like that. That's beautiful.
But we're going to make a screensaver.
Yeah.
So everybody can have a screensaver when we're done.
A flying
Nice.
toast in the air.
Yep. So
Don't-
I'm going to set
don't-
this up. I'll get the
don't-
tower in the background.
Isn't
And
that how the theme song goes?
I don't.
Okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
So I'll set this up. I'll get the tower in the background. Then
Okay.
I'll guide you and you can fly it through.
Okay.
And
Hopefully, it won't fly into the ground either.
we'll make a screensaver if people still use
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, there's a lot of I thought we had this pretty well tested.
Mhm.
Once you started naming all the anomalies that we haven't tested it, I'm a little less confident in it.
David just touched that to his face.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's gonna be cooked. Can you flip the switch for me?
Ready?
Yep. Thank you. So I'm gonna make sure we have a good slice of bread in
Make
here.
sure it pops.
Yeah, I want to turn it so we get the optimal
Angle.
angle
That's
for
a
the
nice
camera.
angle there.
I think that's gonna be nice. So we just strap it in here with a piece of
So that
vodka.
doesn't only just block the wind, but it also gives us a nice view because you couldn't hover a GoPro over
Right.
the area that easily, huh?
Okay, so
We're recording?
recording that.
So David, you gonna get some tricopter footage?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the tricopter and the bread.
Nice.
So
Wait, why do you want the
Wait,
bread?
why are
you
you
hungry?
taking the bread?
or you can keep it.
That's
so
what
we can do
happens
more
when you're on a
toast.
diet. You fall in love with
We are toasting with delicious Nichols white bread.
Which is
is
in
actually-
Navarre, Ohio.
Yeah, the factory is right down the street.
So you ready for this, brother?
I'm ready.
All right, so here's the switch. Right there. Okay, don't hit this switch. Hit this switch. Got it?
Yeah.
I don't want to hold your hands
You might.
too much.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to do this again.
Okay. Well, once I get up in the air, I'll guide you to where it is.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yep.
That way it's not too awkward.
All right.
It's gonna be awkward.
We do awkward sometimes.
We do awkward all the time. All right. So here we go. Rates are high.
You think it'll fly?
I hope so. I think he's happy.
The toast is dancing around.
Oh,
There we go.
oh my God.
Got a little bit of drag from one wheel.
I
but-
think I was way more nervous than you were.
All right.
You want
here
to
we
start?
Go. Yep. All right. Here is
Guide
the
me.
button right. Right there.
Okay.
Hit it.
Hey,
Oh,
you
sorry.
did it. That
You
was
hit my
supposed to
finger,
be-
which kind of hit it. So
I
we're
didn't
good.
touch your finger.
All right. Well, I did it for you.
I'm the
All right.
master chef.
Okay, closer. Lower.
This is awesome.
Fly. It actually flies pretty good.
Watching toast is like watching paint dry.
Nice. Is it getting red yet?
Oh, it's red.
Is it?
You mean like the little?
The element thing.
Yeah, they're red.
Come right at the camera. Nice. That was perfect.
When you bank, it like throws the toast to one side. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Okay, we've been toasting for about a minute.
Nice, and we're still flying.
Yep.
So this is a good day so far.
I
This
think
is
I'm starting to see a little bit of
a brownish.
brownness coming onto the bread.
Right over your head with two motors.
Don't hit me. Oh my God.
How's that?
That was pretty good.
It
Oh,
actually.
I smelled it.
Are you kidding me?
I can smell it.
How are we doing on our toasting here? I don't want burnt toast.
It's looking good. It's still uneven, but
Probably
we're
the
not.
wind.
We're not burnt. Yeah, it probably is. That would make sense, Chad, because it's the back is what's not getting toasted, so it's probably getting a little bit more airflow. You
Hey
think?
there.
All right, I'm gonna pop it.
All right,
I just put my.
right here. Right there. Pop it. Not that one.
That turns it off, right?
Didn't sound right.
This one right here. Yeah, that turns off, and then right there. There you
Popped.
go. You got it. All right, time to land it. Did it pop it?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So now we just gotta land. Oh no, my landing gear! Or
No,
that's a-
battery's
Oh.
falling off.
Well, in that case, I'm not worried about batteries. I guess that tape would have been a good idea.
I don't think it's the big one. Or maybe it is.
Let's see if we can land it in front of the camera.
Nice.
There
Battery
we
dangling
go.
and all.
Battery dangling and all. Awesome. All right.
We should have
So-
some pretty delicious toast.
Are we ready for this?
We are ready.
I'm excited. Let's go check it out.
Okay.
Great job.
So it's supposed to be ready?
It's supposed to be ready. You know what? You made the toaster. I want you to.
There's a
reveal
fly
it.
on there.
The fly wants the toast. Is still recording? Yes.
Yep.
Ooh,
look at that.
Oh.
That is a toasted piece of toast.
Yeah.
But
I
on the
think that's from the airflow.
Yeah, it has to be.
That's crazy.
As far as the quality of toast, it's a solid B+.
Crispy.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah,
I
the
want this
nice
side.
crust on the outside.
That's more like a crouton.
After you.
I only have a lot of pieces.
There you go. Why do you rip off a piece?
Pretty
of
good. Pretty good.
Good job,
Not
guys.
bad.
I am really proud of you guys. That was an awesome screensaver. That's the best
This is-
flight test screensaver we'll ever have.
Imagine how good this would be for breakfast every day.
But you're gonna have to come out and pilot
It's the
it.
most exotic toast you could ever get. I think we can say that, right?
Yeah, and I think this was a total success. You guys, amazing job. Thank you very much.
Good job, you guys.
Guys, please keep the suggestions coming, the requests coming. We try to read and respond to as much as we can. All the different inputs, we really value them very much.
Yeah, go
thank you.
to flitetest.com and make articles, do cool stuff, share your stuff. Go to facebook.com/flitetest and join the community. Even Twitter
Right.
and now Google+.
Yes, and check out the store too. There's constantly new items coming up. There won't be a toaster plane, but maybe someday some version of it.
All right, we'll see you guys
See
next
you
time.
next time.